Do you know the recipe for a blissful marriage? Welcome to Godly Home Series with Banke Edition. Today we're going to be talking about recipe for a blissful marriage. I believe at one time or the other you must have prepared a meal, maybe baked the cake, or just doing something in the kitchen. The reason why I have me in the kitchen today. So we're going to be talking about a recipe for a blissful marriage. Many people just think marriage will just work out all by itself without putting the necessary things in place. When you're cooking and you probably miss out salt, tell me how the food will come out, especially if it's one that requires, salt to be in it. If salt is part of the recipe, and it could be any other thing. So there are essential ingredients that make up a recipe, and when the essential ingredients are missing, no matter how much you try, you would not get the desired result. So to get the desired results of a blissful marriage, your ingredients have to be complete and in place. Okay, so I'm going to list them out very fast, then give you instructions on how to put them together to get the blissful marriage that you desire. And one on my list is unconditional love, loving like God would do. Showing the God kind of love. And this is very important because when it is missing in your marriage, selfishness will creep in. So unconditional love is one. Two is trust. Trust. You must be able to trust one another. You must trust each other, else there will be issues. And another one I want to talk about is emotional intelligence. It's one of the ingredients as well. You must be able to know how to relate with your spouse, with your partner, with empathy, to be able to relate with, understanding. So communication is another thing. You must have good communication skills. You must be able to communicate effectively to achieve a blissful marriage. Another thing is flexibility. Flexibility. You don't have to be rigid. Oh, this is how we do it in my father's house. This is how my mother did it. This is how my father did it. This is how I'm going to do it. It doesn't make a blissful marriage. In fact, it breaks your marriage. It breaks your marriage beyond imagination. So you must be flexible. You must be able to sit together and reason together. Another ingredient is romance. Romance and surprises. Let romance never leave your marriage. Let it not, don't outgrow it. You cannot outgrow romance in your marriage. You should put your heart to it deliberately to see that love making is not relegated to the back. Oh, now we have children, they are growing, this and that. You do no longer need it as much as when you first married. So whether you are newly wedded or it's been a long time you married, this ingredient must not be lacking. Love making must not be lacking. In your marriage, if you want it to be blissful. Okay, that's being said, gratitude is another thing. Gratitude, you must be able to show gratitude at all times. Do not have this entitlement mentality and say, oh, is it not my husband? You should not my wife. The wife has cooked for you. Come on, thank you. You cannot say no. That is not good enough. So now I'm going to move to the instructions of how to mix it all together. And you can add your own orishi based on the peculiarity of your home. It's just like when I'm making a egusi soup now. After all the essentials are on ground, I can decide to put my orishi. Some maybe do not take locust beans, some do, and whole. But you cannot take salt out of that soup, else you have rubbish. It's tasteless. It doesn't give you what it should give. You get what I'm talking about. So I've only listed the essentials. So there are other things that you can add to yours. To spice up your marriage and have a blissful marriage. So over to the instructions now. For the instructions, for the unconditional love and the trust, you have to preheat your marriage with them. Preheat your marriage, with unconditional love and trust, because that is the foundation for a blissful marriage. And you have God right at the center of your marriage. Number two is that you must mix communication with emotional intelligence. Don't just speak just speak just anyhow. I'm just saying my mind. I'm just giving a piece of my mind. That piece of your mind can break your marriage if it's not well presented. So you must understand the place of emotional intelligence. So you have to have forgiveness. Forgiveness, very key. And humor. Have forgiveness and humor, because there will be times that you will offend one another, but you must be able to come to that place of, seeing yourselves as friends, just beyond husband and wife relationship. You must be friends to one another. So forgiveness is very key, and humor to be able to diffuse conflict quickly when they come, because offenses will surely come. But one way or the other, you must find a way around how you manage it so that it doesn't break your home, but makes it more beautiful. Okay, so you must sprinkle romance and love making. I've emphasized that. Don't let a week go. I mean, at least 3, 4, 5 times. Yes, as the Lord permits. Women, God will help us. You understand that it must be in place. It must be in place as long as you desire this blissful marriage. Don't take that out. Challenges, responsibilities of life might want to make it burdensome, but find a way around it. Okay, so folding flexibility. You know, we're still talking about recipe. You want it to be all well and good. You want it to come out well. So folding flexibility and gratitude into your marriage. You'll be able to adapt to life's challenges when you're flexible. You're not rigid about, life situations and challenges when they come. Season it with commitment and loyalty. Last but not the least, bake in a warm and supportive environment. You want it to come out well. So at all times, make sure that your home is warm, is sweet, and you're supportive. Be a supportive spouse to your partner, and you have a blissful marriage. God bless you.